The rains have blessed us earlier this year, and there's no better time than to make this Tibetan Mokthuk, which is a momo soup with a spicy broth with soy sauce. So let's start by making the momo wrapper. For that, in a bowl, I've taken some flour and salt, and I'm going to knead it into a soft dough with a little bit of oil and water. Keep that aside to rest for a bit. Until then, we're going to make our filling. For that, I've taken some garlic cloves and I'm going to finely chop them. I've also taken some celery, and I'm going to saute this both along with a little bit of ginger and spring onion whites in a pan. You can add any mix of vegetables. I've used some carrot, cabbage, spring onions, capsicum, and seasoned it with salt and pepper. I'm also adding some silken tofu for protein because protein is important. Finally, garnish with some spring onion greens and keep that aside and let it cool. Now let's make the dumpling wrappers. We're not going to roll the dough too thin because we're going to boil it. So it doesn't really have to be too thin that it breaks in water. And instead of making individual dumpling wrappers, I just roll it out in a big circle and cut it with a vati or a bowl or any other cookie cutter that you have. Now start filling the dumplings and pinch them close and make whatever shape you like. We're going to add them to vegetable broth to boil, and once they start floating at the top, you know they're done. Also add spinach right at the end to cook. For the broth, take some butter, garlic, soy sauce, sesame seeds, vinegar, chili crisp, and coriander. Add the hot broth over it along with the momos and enjoy.